chapters for One Piece this week. So today we'll be talking about Luffy going toe-to-toe with Kaido, Kid and Killer versus Hawkins, Tama and Big Mom's relationship, the samurai getting split up, and Zoro's injuries, and where is Law going, and Nami's big moment. And stay until the end because later we are going to talk about what's going to happen to the next chapter. Welcome to Otaku International Podcast. I'm Kiwi-Chan. This week we'll be talking about One Piece chapter 1011 and 1012. And here, the host today, we have Muninn.
Hi.
We have Ike.
Hello.
And we have our special guest here. It's AM.
How you guys doing?
All right. Now, we're also going to rate this chapter 1 out of 10. Then we'll have a live Q&A chapter. Then we're going to open any questions. So please keep your questions until we post them. So before we started, join our Discord and be part of the Otaku family. We talk about all types of anime, manga, and manhwas. Think of it, it's a toxic-free, and people around the world join us, and we'll talk about animes like you guys. So let's get started. Luffy going toe with Kaido. Let's start with Ike. What do you think about that? Luffy going toe with Kaido.
So in the beginning of this chapter, when Luffy and Kaido, man, it just brings them into scene. And I know the last chapter kind of left off him just standing there looking super cool and stuff like that. But now he's literally just duking it out with him. He's literally like he said, word for word, going toe to toe with Kaido.
Yeah.
Before he was getting beat, and I mean beat. And now it doesn't look one-sided at all. It actually looks like an absolute even match. So I think there's a lot to come from this. And I think it's also going to make freaking Kaido respect him a lot more that he's able to do these things.
What do you think, Muninn?
Honestly, with this chapter, in the last chapter reviews, I said that Luffy is not going to be able to beat Kaido on his own, that he needs help from somebody. But now I think he manages. I think he is even, or not completely even with Kaido, but it's like,
Sorry, you're saying you're taking back your word about it?
Yes, I'm saying I'm taking back my words about Luffy not being able to beat Kaido on his own. And now I think he can. I mean, I see it as a kind of category situation. For in the first, he was not stronger than Katakuri. He was not able to beat him, but he learned. So I think it's the same situation here. And now I think Kaido, he can beat Kaido.
Okay. And what about you, AM?
I'm on a complete opposite spectrum of that. I still don't think he can do it by himself. And my only reason for thinking that is Gear 4th still has a time limit. I don't think he can do it in base on his own. So when Gear 4th runs out once again, then he's stuck up there by himself now at this point. So I definitely think that somebody else needs to get up there.
And I also think, like, honestly, like, I feel like Luffy can figure out stuff. Like, I agree with Muninn. I think that, like, Luffy figure out using this technique in a sense, and he will utilizing it. But in a sense, he still needs help in a sense because, like, yeah, he is fighting and stuff. But I think that it's a really great fight is Yamato versus her, Yamato and Luffy working together. That would be more epic to me.
That'd be awesome.
So
Yeah.
So that's that. I can see happening that. So let's go to the other one. Kid and Killer versus Hawkins. What do you think about that, Muninn?
I'm not sure. I mean, Kid went on, and Killer said that he's going to fight Hawkins on his own. Actually, I don't think that Killer can beat Hawkins.
Mm-mm.
Either Killer either needs help or gets help from somebody, or he might not make it.
Oh.
Because I always my thought about this is always the third act. We are still in Act 3. I say it every chapter review. I repeat myself. We are still in Act 3. The tragedy didn't happen, and we can only assume what the tragedy will be. For Luffy, Killer dying wouldn't be that much of a tragedy, but for Kid,
Yes, that is crazy. What about you, AM? What do you think?
So my expectations for Kid and Killer going into Wano was like really low, because Kid was one of those characters that got so much hype back in Sabaody. His bounty was higher, and then Shaky immediately discounted that by saying, "Well, oh no, it's only higher because he attacked civilians." And then we get to Wano, and Kid, he's captured not even just Wano. Let's not even just say Wano. Throughout the entire New World, Kid has been defeated multiple times by all the Yonko at this point, except Blackbeard. So with that being said, do I think Kid right now can take on Big Mom alone? No. And do I think Killer can take on Hawkins alone? No. Not at this time.
Okay. And what do you think, Ike? What about you?
You know what? I know Killer is a badass. I know he is, but Hawkins is another man. He's another level. I really don't think he's just like all you guys say. I don't think he's gonna be able to stand a chance. And either one, he's gonna get defeated. Two, I don't know. Maybe Hawkins will just get past him and go towards Kid anyway. And I don't think I was thinking Kid's gonna catch up to Big Mom, but come on, Hawkins gonna make waste of Kid really fast. I'm sorry, of Killer really fast, and I think he's gonna catch up to him, and he's gonna stop him from getting to Big Mom in the first place. So I think that might actually happen. I just don't see him being able to do as much damage to him. Like it's not like he can do multiple attacks or anything like that. So it's one of those things that I really don't think that he's gonna do much against him, because he still has all those dolls. We don't know how many he has left, but he definitely has a huge arsenal of it. So I think he's gonna have a lot of problems. Absolutely a lot of problems. I mean, Kid's gonna have to regret it later. He's gonna end up regretting leaving him there later.
Yeah. And I think with Kid and Killer versus Hawkins, I feel like Killer has more chance to die now that I think of it, but I still want my initial people to die to move on to the tragedy like Kinemon and Big Mom, because I feel like it would sanctify a big consequence in Wano, and I feel like that is something that that I feel like the story would be a lot better if you have a significant character to be the one who changed the era and stuff, while they are dead or something. It presents like we need to open up the thing. We need to show that Kinemon sacrificed himself in order to open this. It would been good, and having Big Mom taken down gives what's that called, Katakuri a chance to be one of like the position, just like his mom, the Yanko.
I have to agree on Kinemon. As I said it in the last chapter reviews too, that I think Kinemon dying is for me in the whole fighting situation we have right now, and the whole connection between every party in this fight. I think the one character that would is insignificant enough, but also at the same time significant enough to count as a tragedy, but don't doesn't like count as a major character death.
Mm-hmm.
The one character for me is Kinemon, because
Mhm.
he is connected to Momonosuke and
Mhm.
he is connected to Luffy.
And also Odin.
Yes, and he is connected to Odin, so he will like Luffy. From my perspective, I always think about what would be a tragedy to Luffy, because he is the main character. He is the one driving the story.
Yeah.
And who's the story is centered about.
Mhm.
Only Big Mom dying is not a tragedy to Luffy.
Yeah.
Kinemon dying
Yes.
would be a tragedy, because he has a connection to Kinemon. They traveled along since Punk Hazard. They had so much hardships with Dressrosa and getting to Wano with everybody and waiting till Luffy got there. In my opinion, the one person that for me, for now, that would be a tragedy is dying is Kinemon.
Mhm.
Yep.
Okay.
Definitely.
Okay.
All right. So let's move on to the next question. And the next topic will be the samurai splitting. And what do you think about that, AM?
So initially, I was a little afraid, like before we found out where Sanji was going, because one of the things as a Sanji fan, I was like, okay, if he goes to the samurai and Jack is with the samurai, then he gets the sloppy thirds of Jack, basically. So I was really worried about that. So now that they're all going separate ways, Kinemon's going after Momo, and so on and so forth, I'm more content with it. I'm fine with them all splitting up now.
What about you, Muninn?
Actually, I think like with especially with Sanji now, I said it before, like the whole constellation that usually ends up in One Piece is Luffy fighting the strongest, the captain, Zoro fighting the second, Sanji fighting the third, and now in chapter 1012, Sanji going towards like the main stage, where King and Queen are. It's the setup.
Yeah,
it's wonderful.
For the end fight. I mean, Zoro right now is another thing, but also the splitting up. I'm not sure what to think about it completely.
Okay.
I think I will wait till I'm not sure.
Okay. And for me, the samurai splitting up, it gives more which fight is going to help who, because what was his name, the big cat, I forgot
Neko.
his name, Nekomamushi. Nekomamushi, he is going to fight what's his name, the one that lost his arm in
Pearl Sparrow.
Prayer Sparrow. Yeah, he's gonna go, because if he sees Carrot and what's her name down for the count, it would have been a great match between Sparrow and Momon.
Oh, yeah.
I can't wait. And basically, if he's doing his Solan form, oh my god, that'll be amazing. So I can't wait for that. What about you, Ike?
I think them splitting up is it's going to bring in more fights for us. We're going to see more fights other than Kaido and Luffy fighting, of course. And it's going to bring so much more hype to the chapters, because we still have to conclude Robin's fight with Black Maria. We still got to conclude. We're about to see the fight between freaking Nego and going over there to protect the other two, Carrot. And there's so much more we still have to conclude. There's so many things going on. They still have to fight King, still got to fight Queen. There's so many opponents, and there's just so many fights to go on. And so I'm happy that they're splitting up, because I think it's something they definitely needed to do. Absolutely, they definitely.
Okay. And okay, let's go to the next topic, Tama and Big Mom's relationship. And I will have to start that off. First of all, Big Mom reminds me of a mama mode. She goes on a mama mode, like You take my friend, she helped me and stuff like that. But seriously though, like, as she is a pirate in Yonko, she does represent her character. As you remember, she did still care about the people, even though she did, the taxes of the soul, she did let them live in her island. So in a sense, yeah, she may be a, like, people can call her out like a bad Yonko or something, but I really appreciate for Big Mom just sticking in her character as someone who, she still has compassion. She still has a caring person in a sense. So what do you think about that, Ike?
Actually, I think it's really interesting that they show this side
Yeah.
of her. And I know we saw it before, but that's when she didn't quite have her memory and didn't quite know who she was. She was distorted. And now that you're seeing the true her and the way she is reacting, it's kind of like it is bringing together that making you realize that who she is as a person. It's like, yeah, she's a freaking monster, but that kind of makes me think of that she's not really bad. She's fierce. That's what makes me realize this. Yeah, fierce. She's not gonna lie, she kind of reminds me of my auntie. Like 1 second she's going off on someone and she turns over to hey nephew, don't worry about it. That lady's crazy. And like, I'm serious. It's really it's very interesting the way she has that mother feeling. And even I think Prometheus brought it up too. He's like, this always happens. Someone like, you're under the age of 10, and it's like, it really brings together her character. And I think honestly, this relationship right here is it's going to do a lot for them. And I think this is actually from what I've seen this whole time with Tama's progression and character building that you see from the very beginning. Because honestly, she's like one of the first characters they introduce when it comes to Wano. She is first. I think she is the first main character they introduced in Wano. And throughout the whole time, it shows how much she influences people and how much she can actually kind of like bring people together, especially with her powers and everything that's going on. And she's just really all together, like I'm gonna use a word that one of our hosts always says, a whole full person. And I think this is going to play a big part later, an absolute big part. So I think this relationship is well needed, and I think it's interesting. I think it might introduce a bigger battle later. We'll see.
All right. What about you, AM? The relationship with Tama and Big Mom.
So initially, I was like really getting killed for this because I didn't really like it at first. For me, it made sense for her character. Like we've seen her do it before. But my problem was not the fact that she was doing it with Tama. My problem was that it was added on to a lot of stuff that was already happening with Big Mom. So it was like a thing where a lot of the things with Big Mom and Wano is her, unfortunately, helping the Straw Hats. And that kind of bothers me a little bit because Oda's reasoning for her coming there was to get Luffy. But her whole being there has done nothing but help Luffy. So I can kind of see where... Yeah, like she's kind of helped him, like he broke him out of Udon. She got in every instance where she's on screen, they kind of Oda finds a way to get her out the way. So it kind of feels like he understands, he knows that they can't take on both Yonko at the same time. So Big Mom unfortunately has to get the butt of the jokes and all these little plot points to get her out the way, which kind of bothers me a little bit.
And Kid's definitely not going to take her out by himself.
Exactly.
No way.
No. What do you think of that, Muninn?
I was kind of surprised. I was surprised. I think a lot of people were surprised to see that side of Big Mom, but also it makes sense. Yes, her name is a little bit sketchy, but it's also Mom, and her whole pirate crew is her family, and so Big Mom. I think with this, Oda showed that Big Mom is not the monster he depicted her
that
to
she's
be
perceived.
before, and that
she portrays.
yes, she is still a mother, and that she also acts like a mother to children, and she has a soft spot maybe for children.
Yeah.
But also the thing
Yeah.
A&M said, it's kind of true now that he mentioned it.
Yeah.
I'm like, it's true. She is the one who gets like all of the jokes and who's not going after Luffy. Really,
Yeah.
she's just.
She gets go everywhere. All right,
What do
so
you say?
let's.
You said Big Mom is the new Straw Hat Pirate. Is that what you said?
Yeah, it kind of feels like that, right? Like,
Okay. Let's go to the topic. Okay. So the next topic will be Zoro's injuries, where Law's going. So Muninn, since you like Law, has to be near in your question.
I was kind of disappointed in Law. I mean, okay. First we have to talk about Law and Sanji
Wait,
and how Law
what?
sits on his shoulder like
Oh,
a freaking boss.
Mhm.
Yes, but I was a little bit disappointed that he's like, oh yeah, Sanji, you take care of him. He has like 30 or 50 bones broken. And I'm the doctor, but I'm going. What kind of doctor are you?
Well, I think he knows that Chopper is nearby, so I think that he might
You
let
think
Chopper.
so?
Yeah,
You think so? He changed. He shambled himself and Zoro into thin air. And Sanji had to catch them because he made this mistake.
Yeah.
I think
Hey,
it's
he
more like
shambles him, and then you have Sanji carrying Zoro, right? And then he sits here saying like that. I'm like, what is he doing?
Actually,
what I
when I saw this scene, I was my gun.
oh,
The guy with the cross.
and he's
Yes. It
That's so
absolutely
funny.
reminded me of Trigun.
What do you think, Ike?
Oh man. Now that does roll my head. Sanji running
Yeah.
around with Zoro and Trigon. You know what? This whole moment, Zoro injured. Where Law is gonna go and stuff like that. Zoro. I think he's gonna rest as much as he can. He's gonna jump right back into the fight. I don't think he's gonna jump into I don't think he's gonna do a full fight. I honestly think later on he's gonna end up like one-shotting someone, and we're just gonna be
Okay.
like, oh, there it is. He Zoro'd someone.
I have to add a question there too, because everybody's going crazy and stuff in the community, and they put ZZK, who Zoro's gonna kill, Kaido, and what they said that this is a big L for Zoro. Do you agree or disagree?
No.
No, definitely not. I definitely don't think it's a big L for Zoro. Heck no,
No.
because you know what Zoro did in the first place, he cut him. He absolutely cut him. There's only one other person who has ever done that, and that's Odin.
It's
Like, he's the
Odin.
only person.
Odin, people.
Yep.
Odin.
He's the only one that's ever done that, and now Zoro has done the same thing. He has cut the immortal being of Kaido, like literally, he has. And so, if he had just a little more endurance, he wasn't so beat up already, and he already knew how to do that. I think he would have been able to be on. He would be right next to Luffy right now, just tearing Kaido up. But going over to Law, I think now what's going to happen is because now that we see, what is it? Kaido's daughter. What is her name again?
Yamato.
So now that we have Yamato saying he's trying to get up there to Luffy as fast as possible, and now we also have Law trying to get back up there. Because come on now, Law's not going to leave Luffy up there. That's not Law.
Law said that he's going towards Big Mom.
Oh, he did say that. Yeah, you're right.
It is the setup that I first said. I first said it. When did I say it?
It was on the chapter of our when we talked about in our podcast. I remember.
Oh yes.
Even before they split up. Even before they split up Big Mom and Kaido, I said they're going to split them up, and Killer, Kid, and Law are going to fight Big Mom. And I said that Zoro and Luffy are going to fight Kaido. Now I have to say Luffy is going to fight Kaido. And Marco is doing damage right now on King. And Zoro, when he's back on his feet again, is going to one-shot King.
Exactly. I literally think exactly that is going to happen. I know Zoro's going to be so much in pain, and he's like, all right, he's going to bust out of the freaking cross thing, and he's like, I only got one of these in me, and he just, boom, yeets him, and King's going to sit there and act like he's going to, you think you're going to hurt me? Look at you, you're almost dead. Boom, he's going to lose. I think that's gonna happen right there.
I feel like Sanji will have Zoro right there, and then like Zoro have him in like Sora, and then it's like
that's a perfect time. Actually, that is an absolute perfect time for Sanji to show up with Zoro in the first place, especially because he's taking him over there to get healed by freaking Chopper. So I think that would be a perfect time for Chopper to freaking do his stuff like that and help him out and try to get him on his feet. I think that would be perfect. Who knows? He might have some kind of like a rumble ball or something like that he can feed Zoro to get him on his feet. Who knows?
What about you, AM?
So actually, I'm on board with what you guys are saying about Sanji and Zoro. I think I'm more so on the side of it being finally, after so long, the tag team fight. Finally, them two fighting together. Because they never fought together. Like the closest they ever got was Jabra and Kaku, but they immediately split up. So if we can get that,
Debbie fight,
or the Davy back,
the Davy back fight.
So if those two, and like you said,
Arlong Pirates.
They pretty much fought next to each other, didn't they?
No, they didn't.
No, because Zoro.
Not really.
Yeah. Okay,
yeah.
Like I want like actual teamwork, like the Davy back, like you said, like them two actually attacking together, and it works because Marco, like you said, is attacking King and Queen, weakening them up, so Sanji and Zoro can finish them off.
Yeah.
But I want to make a joke out of this because you know what? It's like a reverse with Zoro. You remember Zoro has Usopp last time in Andrew's lobby? It's like a reverse.
Exactly. Yep.
Sanji has.
That dude, I couldn't even believe he's swinging Usopp around. How badass can you be to be like the swordsman in a room that's still a badass while holding a person?
A person.
That's why I was gonna say the same thing. Like I feel like Sanji could use that as a weapon.
But
that's why I thought about it.
As far as Law goes, probably just Kid and Law versus Big Mom.
All right, so let's go to the next topic. Nami's moment to shine, and I will have to go on that since I love her. She's my favorite character. Making her finally have this moment of fighting, I was so yes. Please give me more. I want to see more techniques than what she learned in Watheria. Like I can't wait for that. And honestly, it's exciting, and I want to see what she can. Like I feel like her what she can do combination, like her weather eggs and stuff. She can do a lot of things with that, especially if Zeus comes in and help out. And I feel like Brooke is gonna come in too. In a sense of thing, if Brooke comes in to help Nami and then you have Law coming in, it's gonna be like a sassful with Big Mom, and then you have, Kid and Killer coming in trying to chase after Big Mom. It's gonna be insane. That will be an amazing fight, honestly. Like all of the Straw Hats, half the Straw Hats and stuff are going to this one Yonko. And then after they defeat, maybe they can go help Luffy out. Maybe. We don't know about that. But yeah. What do you think, Muninn?
Wait a moment. I have to ask, where's Brooke right now?
Brooke with Robin, but
with Robin and Zachary.
Yeah, but he said he's going. Yeah, he's going to. He said to himself that he was going to.
I kind of forgot where Brooke was. It
Like,
is
come
time that
here.
we,
She'll be like, come
that we
here.
yeah, it is time that we go back to Robin's fight also.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
so long. It has been so long to see like Black Maria. But also I think like Nami's big moment, we know, especially since Punk Hazard, we know that Nami has a soft spot for children.
Mhm.
She is
Mhm.
very, very protective of children. It was like really, it is a character trait that I think is so strong in Nami.
Mhm.
It's so good and beautiful. Such a beautiful character trait to like to.
Mhm.
She is mostly a coward,
Mhm.
but when it goes like something against her, against children or something, she will stand up and
Yeah.
fight.
Mhm.
And
Yeah.
especially when Zeus gets back to her,
Yeah.
and it was mentioned in the chapter that
Mhm.
Zeus should be with Nami.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Like Sanji's like, where
So
you're supposed to be with Nami.
yes, I want him to go back to Nami,
Yes.
so Nami can be
Oh, yeah. Stronger.
What's her name?
Stronger.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. What about you? AM.
So since you guys focused on the character portion, I'll talk about
Mhm.
the lead up to the fight. So
Mhm.
I love
Mhm.
fights. So
Yeah.
we haven't seen Nami fight with any of her climb attacks
Mhm.
since the time
Mhm.
skip started, and
Mhm.
she's gotten two
Yeah.
upgrades since. So
Yes.
she got one on Zoe, and now she has Zeus. So I really want to see Nami go full fight, 1v1. I'm ready for it. It's been a while. I think her last one was actually Khalifa, if I'm not
Yes.
mistaken. So
Yeah, and it's lobby.
yeah, then that's
Yes.
wow, a decade ago. So I'm ready.
Yeah.
I'm ready to see Nami
Okay.
fight for sure.
What about you, Ike?
Man, you know what? Leading up to Yami's freaking Pimpan Way Strong, like I want to talk about the freaking Dino girl. Okay, I
You
don't.
mean Ulti? Ulti?
Oh yeah, I don't appreciate her putting hands on a child like that.
Hey, I love Tama.
I was like,
Okay.
wait a minute, and you know what? Big Mom and freaking Nami was like, oh no, you didn't, and she put the smack on her. I'm excited for this. I want to see what Nami can actually do because like he just said, like A&M just said that we haven't truly seen a Nami moment when it comes to fighting.
Mhm.
Like a crazy. I know we've seen her fight. We've seen her fight multiple times, but she's never had her solo scene where she's actually duking it out like in this new era. We have not seen that yet, and I think I definitely am excited for this moment. I guess I see why people put her top on the rank in some of the other countries.
Mhm.
That's definitely what I think is going to happen here. I think she needs this moment right here is what she needs. She needs this moment to prove that she's not just the navigator.
Yeah,
Right.
I did want to mention that in the chapter, it was a funny thing where she was trying to side with Big Mom, and Big Mom was like, "No, I'm still going to kill you," and then she tries to side with OT, and OT's like, "No, I'm still going to kill you too." Like, I love Nami. She's such a coward.
Nami is still Nami, no matter what.
Yeah.
She's so freaking hilarious.
All right. So before we think, let's rate the manga like both 1011 and 1012. So let's rate it 1 out of 10. So let's go with Muninn. What would you rate both chapters?
I think I have to go both chapters on a 7.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Okay.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yes. So
Why?
the
Why?
other the chapter before, I think I rated it a 10 out of 10.
Yes.
I mean, the last chapters I was mostly on a 9 or 10 out of 10, but I think those both they were great chapters, but they didn't feel as hype as the ones before. So I think I have to rate them lower. But they're still good chapters. That's why I still rate them at a 7 or 7.5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. What about you, Ike?
So I think I'm gonna do it with this, and I'm gonna explain both of them. I think 1011. I would like to rate 1011 an 8 out of 10. And the reason I'm saying 8 out of 10 for this one is because, one, we're showing Big Mom putting the smack on Kid and throwing him downstairs. All right. We see Luffy duking it out like he's never done before with Kaido. And then we move downstairs and we're introducing another fight, Hawkins and we have Killer. And then we're moving over and we're finding out where, you know, where everyone's moving off to. Them catching up to Big Mom and us seeing this new side of Big Mom. New-ish. New side of Big Mom and kind of introducing a whole new concept, because this whole time we've been thinking that Big Mom's going to be fighting over here and there's someone's going to get defeated there, and then Kaido and freaking Luffy and them are fighting over here and someone's going to get defeated there. That's where everyone's mind's been. But now you see the creator kind of changing that flow up. He's separated them, and now he's kind of introducing a new ending that we didn't think about. And so I thought right there was actually really good. And then her punching one of Kaido's freaking soldiers, like that, introducing that, I will take it. I will take that absolutely, because now they just changed the whole thought process that a lot of people had were what they thought was going to happen up top. Now we're entering a whole new thing. So now we got it all over again. We're going to be like, okay, what's going to happen now? Like, what's going on now? So it kind of has you on the edge for that one. It's not a hype moment, but it's a lot of information that's being thrown at you and a lot of things between the lines. And then when I go to, what is it? I'm going to go to 1012, and I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10.
Okay.
And I'm going to give that one a 7 out of 10 very specifically because we did it again. We did exactly what we did in that last chapter. So now we're not really concluding anything. We're just adding on to what's going on. So now we're opening up more fights. Now we're having the samurai split up, and we're having more information flow in. We're finding out more about more fights that are gonna happen. There's gonna be 5 more fights coming up. 5 more fights that we know of that are gonna come up. So I think introducing those things and kind of a lot of the people you thought, where are they at? What are they doing now? Now they're pushing people in directions that kind of lead you to those locations. So that's why I put it at 7, because really this one didn't really have anything to add to it beside Nami's moment at the end. That was pretty much the only thing was hype.
AM, what about you?
I'm actually the opposite. So I'm going to give 1011 probably a 6. Like, I'm just not super a fan of mother mode at all. Because like I said prior, like it adds on too much to what Big Mom has already done for them throughout the arc. So it just kind of feels like Oda has her there as a plot device. So and she's a Yonko, she shouldn't be presented in that way to me. So at all. But as far as 1012, I'm giving that a 9. Nami's in my top 3. She got her moment. She got her fight set up. And something that I didn't mention prior to why I rate 11 so low. Initially, it looked like Big Mom took out page 1. But as you kind of see in the latest chapter, you just see him like stuck in the ground. Like he didn't revert back to his regular form. So he's not out. So Usopp could potentially still get his fight. So that one made that chapter a little bit better. But so far, Nami getting focused, 9 out of 10. Always love it.
That's interesting too, because she hit him with the Conqueror's Haki too.
Exactly.
She hit him hard.
So my range has to be the same, 9 out of 10 for me at for 112 because of Nami. But I will, before I talk about that, I will have to rate the other chapter. It was okay, but I have to give it like, I would say 5 for me. It was like it feels like a sluggish to me, because it's like, it's happening like the same happening that we have when we're reading Dressrosa. We have to wait for more thing in this thing, so it's like I just think, and then I agree with you with the Big Mom's case, because I Big Mom's supposed to be intimidating. She's supposed to be scary. She's a representative of Yonko, and seeing like you have Shanks and Kaido and Blackbeard there, they're really intimidating, and you have Big Mom there. She's supposed to be intimidating just like them, but. I see how that's why I have to give the chapter 5 out of 11. And like I said, this chapter, my baby girl Nami, she's my top one for me, honestly. Like, she's my favorite character. I'm just happy because one of hers, when she was struggling with OT, but when she's like, okay, I can't just sit down. I can't just do this. I see a child thing. I have to put it in. Like, when a Straw Hats focus on something and they're ready to fight for what they believe in, their strength is thing. So I believe Nami could show us a really good fight. And please prove it to me that Nami can give it. And Zeus, please come hurry. Okay, that's all I'm. So the next topic, and this is gonna be interesting. This is where your theory's coming out. What's gonna happen to the next chapter? Let's go with Muninn. What do you think the next chapter gonna be?
The next chapter, I'm not quite sure, because either we get this another setup situation chapter, because we are not with all of the characters. They're now on their way.
Yeah.
So, but also we could get the start of everybody getting into their fights a little bit, like the setup for them actually going to their fights. I don't think that we're getting the real start of the final fights. I think it would be too early. Maybe at the end of the chapter, but not. So I'm expecting another setup chapter.
What about you?
I have to wait. Next chapter is the chapter before break, right?
Yes.
Okay, so in the end we get an amazing cliffhanger, as always.
Yeah.
We
As
need
always,
an amazing
yes.
cliffhanger.
Okay.
So maybe at the end of the chapter we get the start of one of the fight at least.
Yes. Okay. What about you, AM? What do you think it was happen in the next chapter?
Honestly, it's so hard because it feels like we're still in setup 100 plus chapters into Wano. So I kind of just want him to start getting ready for these fights. Like Muninn said, like we really need to start bunkering down on getting some fights. So hopefully somebody starts next chapter. Like we have Frankie and Sasaki set up. We have Jinbei and Hoo set up. Get one of those guys going. So
or Robin.
Or Robin. Actually, I actually would rather see Robin first because it hasn't been a fight since Skypiea. So
yeah. What about you, Ike?
All right. So I think this next one, just like Muninn said, it's a chapter right before the break. So there has to be something big at the end. And I think right now that we started Nami fighting, right? One thing we also realized that we have Zeus floating around trying to find Big Mom, right? Big Mom's goal is to kind of get away from that area at the time, and she's kind of looking for a kid. So I think Zeus is a coming time to help Nami out, defeat what is her name again? The freaking the dinosaur girl.
Ulti.
What is it? Okay,
Ulti.
I think he's gonna be there in time, and we're gonna see like a spectacular Nami moment. That's what I think. I think that's what we're gonna get, and I hope we get it because she doesn't really get many moments. She doesn't get many moments. So I hope she gets this moment, and I hope it's a badass one. And then from there, moving on to another fight. I don't think we're gonna go back to Queen and King and all that stuff. We might go to the carrot fight. We might. We might go there because that might be one of the things that will that badass moment.
But what if we go to Robin's fight though?
If we go to Robin's fight, we go to Robin's fight. I don't think that's going to be a really flashy fight, though. I think it's just going to be Robin holding people down and breaking people's necks. Literally, that's just that's Robin. Like all of them are going to like jump up around her, and she's like, "Clutch."
Yeah.
And so, or she's going to grow like huge arms to freaking strangle Black Maria or something,
or slap her.
Yeah, again. But I think they're going to end this up with a really hype moment. And I think that fight outside with I think that fight right there is going to be a really good one, especially if he comes out and the moon comes back. Or, if the moon comes back and he's going to be badass and fierce wear mode and stuff like that. That's going to be a good ending. Seeing him ready to just rip him apart. I want to see that. I really want to see that. The Carrot get. I want to see Pedro and Carrot get that revenge.
Yeah.
You know what? It's well needed. It is well needed.
Yeah.
And since he's there, everyone else is just running around. So I think he might be the one to get there the fastest. And I think that will probably be the conclusion. Either that will be the conclusion, or Nami's attack will be the conclusion. Those are the two biggest things I think we'll see.
I agree.
Before break.
Yeah, but for me, mines will have to be like, yes, we were concentrating with Wano a lot, but I feel like we should go back to the outside or what's happening to the outside, because we still have them still trying to, the Seven Warlord, remember, they abolished that, and during that time, I feel like I want to know what's happening outside of Wano, and I feel like that's a good way to actually set up a new way for what's happening, and while real time going on, like I can't wait seeing that. And if you said like a big conclusion at the end, like a cliffhanger, I think the one in the outside world has usually get cliffhanger really amazing. Like you could be that Shanks and Blackbeard coming in Wano.
Oof.
So you want Shanks to die?
Oof.
I'm just saying. I mean, someone already spoiled it in Twitter saying
that would be cool.
I'm just saying.
Cool.
I'm not sure if I would like that, actually.
Like somebody spoiled that in the Twitter already, that the vile villain is not Kaido. It was somebody else.
The editor said that, right?
Yeah.
I kind of want to get out of Wano though.
So would be Shanks and Blackbeard coming into the mix.
I think they would wait to introduce Shanks, but they would definitely introduce Blackbeard. That right there, because come on now, if you're gonna introduce Shanks, you're gonna introduce Shanks all badass. He'll come in, just gotta skirt in like a don don.
Yeah.
I'm excited for that one.
Yeah. All right, so let's open the Q&A chat. So guys, if anybody have a question, please put it down now so that we can answer your question. So Ike, do you want to read the first question we have?
Yeah, we have our first question right here. Chili Cracker, do you think Kid will kill Big Mom? Oh.
No.
Oh man.
No.
I mean,
you can't even beat Big Mom.
So let's see.
If he would be strong enough, Kid would be brutal enough to do it. So, from his personality, if he could do it, he would do it.
Yeah.
You know what? Thinking about that. Yeah, thinking about that, Muninn. And since we kind of talked about Blackbeard coming in, I wouldn't see it, upon him that he wouldn't try and attack Big Mom for her territory. Like take control of the situation, or Kaido for the territory. And you know what? That kind of opens something up to kind of like see Kaido attack Blackbeard, or one of these other people attack Blackbeard, not take his side, and then Kid taking advantage of the situation. I wouldn't, it kind of seems like something Kid would do. Honestly,
Yeah, and
he started
and
off as
also
somewhat
if
ambitious.
and also you forgot that Blackbeard is an opportunist. He will
Yes, he
get
is.
into chaos when there's a lot of chaos. He will go in there and do whatever he can to make things more thing, just like how he did in the war.
Marineford.
Yeah.
Exactly. And if you think about that too, like Blackbeard, him, if he did show up and he did something like that, it would make sense for him to go after Big Mom other than Kaido. Because Big Mom is weaker than Kaido. This is plain and simple. And she's only strong. Well, she is strong, but she's only strong with all of her what are they even called? What were they called again? Normies or whatever. It's all the little clouds.
Homies.
There you go. There you go.
Homies.
And like I feel like that is the moment that Kid may actually take use that chance to do that because it's gonna make his name bigger. And that's the only thing he cares about. Honestly, that's one of the only things he cares about. So I like that one. I really like that one.
Okay. Do we have a second question?
Yes, we do. We have right here.
All right.
We have Zapdos. Hey, one of our old buddies in here. We have. Do you guys think that Zoro has the hockey from 10,011? So the same hockey that Luffy had. Wow. What do you think, Kiwi?
I think yes, but he still needs to work on it. That's what I think. He needs to train more of it.
I was thinking of that too. That is crazy. That's oh man, he does have it, but he just hasn't fully awakened it because we clearly heard Kaido. Kaido's like, what? He was astonished that Zoro was able to use it in the first place. I don't think it's on the level as Luffy though. I definitely don't.
No.
A&M, what do you think?
Yeah, he clearly has it because, like you said, Kaido said, "Whoa, you using Conqueror's hockey on me?" So yeah, Zoro just unfortunately it kind of gives you the flashbacks to pre-time skip Luffy using it unconsciously, and that's pretty much what Zoro did with Ashura.
Yeah.
Also, I think that it makes sense that Zoro has it or Zoro now awakens it, but I think we have like a similar situation like Luffy had in Sabaody Archipelago, and no, not in Marineford. When he awakened his Conqueror's Haki, he wasn't aware that he is awakening Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah.
So I think it's the same situation, and like Luffy, Zoro has to train. He has to fight with Conqueror's Haki to train it.
And that's also a way for them to, you never know, he might able to use that to turn Enma to a Blackbeard.
Oh yeah.
Also, what we also did in our last podcast, we are starting to compare Luffy's crew to Roger's crew.
Yeah.
And we know Silver Rayleigh was Roger's right-hand man, and Silver Rayleigh has Conqueror's Haki. So it makes sense from that standpoint that Zoro has Conqueror's Haki.
Yeah, it mirrors it. It. So yeah. Okay, do we have another question?
Yes, we do. We have one right here by Melon and Marcus.
We have another question.
Yeah, we're gonna go back to that one. We're doing all the ones compared to the chapter first. We have Melon and Marcus. We have what do you guys think about Blackbeard gets Kaido's devil fruit? That's it.
Well, okay. First of all, Muninn told me he might have like 3 personalities kind of thing. So I think 3-personer thing. So if he eats a 3rd devil fruit, that would be like, oh my god, no.
It becomes a dragon.
It would be yes, it would be badass, but I'm not sure. I mean, Blackbeard is after the strongest devil fruit, but is he going to eat it himself? Or is he going to give it to someone of his crew that he trusts?
Yeah.
Because
I think he'll take it.
With the mixture of devil fruits he has right now, I don't think that the
Mhm.
fish fruit type dragon would fit. I'm
Yeah.
not sure
Uh,
if that would be fitting
Absolutely.
to the devil fruits he has right now, even though it's
Mhm.
one of the strongest devil fruits.
Yeah.
So, where that theory comes from with Blackbeard eating a third one is basically his Jolly Roger number 1 with the 3
Yeah.
skulls, and then you look at the 2 fruits he already has, the Paramecia and a Logia. So people
Yeah.
just kind of assume that okay, third Zoan.
Yeah.
And you look at the 2 fruits he already has. He has what's said to be the strongest Logia, and he has what's said to be the strongest Paramecia. So now you got Kaido, who's said to be the strongest beast.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking about that
That
too.
would make sense. That would
Yeah.
make sense in that way.
Yes. Okay. So
I definitely was thinking the same thing because when it comes to that, honestly, he's greedy.
yeah.
Yeah.
Blackbeard is greedy.
Yeah,
he wants
he's-
everything, and he's
Mine-
always been that type of person. And so, thinking of that, man, but that also would mean Kaido will have to die. That would
Yeah.
mean
Yeah.
Kaido will have to die, and
Yeah.
most likely someone's gonna have to take over his territory.
Mhm.
So that's
Yamato.
yeah. I was going to say that.
That's why he should. Yeah.
Definitely. I think honestly, if they did something like that, that would be kind of like, let's say, that'd be crazy. Well, that
Yeah.
plain and simple, that would be crazy, and that would absolutely
Uh-huh.
make Blackbeard the big boss, like literally the final boss of the freaking
Yeah.
video game. He
Yes.
will literally be the final
Yes.
boss, and it kind of honestly, everyone will have to fight him. Him as a
Yeah.
dragon
Yeah.
with the Nomi fruit and the freaking and then causing dimensional earthquakes. That's crazy.
Yeah.
And that right there will make him almost unbeatable. And like I think that would be a crazy twist. I would freaking love that.
Yeah.
If that happens, I'm all for that one right there.
Yeah.
And let's see what we got for the next one really quick.
Yeah.
Let's see. We're gonna open up the chat for any questions, and I see one right here. If you guys can post some anything, any kind of questions whatsoever. It doesn't matter what it is, anime related or anything. You can post it, and we got one right here from Anthony Rios. We have, what is your favorite manga that is not mainstream right now that
Ooh.
you are reading?
Ooh. I like that one. Can I go?
Yeah,
Yes.
go ahead. Go
Yes.
ahead.
Go ahead.
It's time to plug my series. So, Elusive Samurai is a new Shonen Jump series that just started by Mutsai, the creator of Assassination Classroom.
Ooh.
And that's been really good so far. I really enjoy it. It seems to be doing well sales wise, so it's looking like it's sticking around. And my second one would definitely be Candy Flurry.
Candy Flurry.
Yes, that's something I would actually recommend to Whole Cake Island fans because it gives me that vibe. Basically, they're kind of eating devil fruits, except they're all food related, all candy related. So I really enjoy that for sure. Check it out.
Definitely, those are good ones. How about you, Muninn?
I have to be honest, I'm not reading a lot right now because I'm so busy at work and stuff like that. So I'm only watching, I'm rereading One Piece and I'm reading Jujutsu Kaisen, which are both mainstream. So they are out of the window. And except from that, I am taking like a day at the weekend to watch some anime.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yes, but I'm not sure. Like I favorite. I don't have a real favorite right now. What I'm a little bit what I'm watching right now from the current season is Bakuten.
Okay.
Which I'm not sure. I'm still a little bit like wary about the direction the anime is going because of the premise. I think that it might go into the fan service section, and I hope it will not. Because if it's not going into the only like fan service thing, I think I will enjoy it a lot more.
Definitely. definitely. Let's see. You know what? For me, God, this is not good because I am like, I have like so many that I am reading that is not mainstream right now. So I think the best one that is not mainstream that I am reading right now that is just I'm addicted. Like I wait for it every single time. It is gonna be the beginning after the end, and it is a isekai. I read some of the light novel, and then I saw that it came out, and I was like, "Oh, I've got to read this. I got to read it." And it is an isekai. It has to do with like a guy that's like he's like a king, and he gets isekai'd into another world, and so he kind of keeps that whole mentality and premise the entire time. And he's actually a good leader, so like the way he treats people is very respectful. And it goes through his entire life. And the dude at the age of like 4, like masters magic and the sword and stuff like that. It doesn't even make sense. and like he is absolutely just destroying people, and it's phenomenal. Like the writing is good. They have some, of course, they have some sort of like romance mixed in there, where there's like 2 girls that like him and stuff. There's got to be something like that, and it is really good, and I like it a lot. Oh man. I think that is one of the ones I would tell people definitely to read. And you know what? I am going to have to say this next one. The next one I'm going to say, where is it? I think I said this one last time, but I like this one a lot. It is Release That Witch. Release That Witch is the next one that I like, and it's really, really good. And that one's like it's pretty much another isekai. It's another isekai, and it literally has to do with a guy running a failed kingdom. And that one right there it kind of shows what our modern intelligence and our modern school system teaches us, like the most basic things that we learned. And he's literally applying them into their world to make their world way better and more successful. And that's I think those are the 2 ones that would pop up right now. That I'm literally every time it comes out, I'm like, okay, look, I'm going and reading it. How about you, Kiwi? Can we hear you? Hello?
Can you guys hear me?
Yep, we can hear you. Perfect.
Okay. I had to do
Alright.
something. Sorry about that.
You're good.
Technical difficulty. But currently, I think Muninn and Ike already know what my favorite series right now. So I think they already know it has to be Eden Zero. Okay.
Yeah.
So like that is the current thing that I'm kind of obsessive over is Eden Zero. So yeah, I'm excited about it.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh man, we got a lot of questions waiting for us. Let's see this next one. And we're gonna look at this one right here. This one is by Guy Sensei. And let's see, are you guys watching Shaman King? I'll start this one off. I started watching it. But honestly, there is a lot, and I mean a lot of good animes that came out this like season. I was very surprised. And I will go back to watching it. And the only reason I'll watch it is for nostalgia. That's really it. Because I grew up with Shaman King and I loved it when I was a child. And now I gotta just see how they're gonna end it this time. Because the way they ended it before was absolutely wrong. I just couldn't do it. It didn't stay with the manga, and it was kind of all over the place. But you know what? I definitely do plan on watching it later when it stocks up. Probably when I run out of anime, which I watch all anime, so that's hard. But that's my thought on that one.
Yeah. So I am personally waiting for it to get out of Netflix jail because since I cover a lot of shows like on my channel, like, and I use screens and I use like clips, I kind of at the very least want it to be like official stuff. So I try not to go on the site, so I'm waiting for that. I'm waiting for Eden Zero.
Yay!
I'm so mad. Like Netflix is really killing me with this. So I'm really excited for Ian Zero and Shaman King. So yeah, I will watch them when Netflix decides to release them here.
Oh man,
For
how about
me,
you,
it's the
Muninn?
same. Yeah, it's the same. I'm waiting for Shaman King and Eden Zero to get out of the Netflix jail. I already talked with friends about it, and honestly, I am very disappointed in Netflix getting those licenses and how they do it for anime, and I don't know why, because honestly, they are killing a hype with it. That's my
Yes.
opinion.
Yeah.
And I know I always think about it that way, that the animation industry in Japan is really concerning.
Mhm.
And I know that the money goes to the wrong end. I still want, I mean, if there's a possibility that I can pay for it,
Mhm.
so at least something goes into the industry,
Yeah.
then I will take that opportunity. So I'm not completely against pirating. I can get it. I'm not like a white shirt person who says no pirating is all bad. I mean, I think everybody in the anime community once in their life pirated an anime.
Yeah, you almost have to.
So, yes, you have to, because there's not the possibility to. The accessibility is so limited.
Yeah.
And Netflix, the way Netflix is doing it, like Crunchyroll has a simulcast. Wakanim for Europe has a simulcast. Funimation for America has simulcasts. So like every major anime streaming service has simulcasts. And I mean, Netflix could change it for just anime.
Yeah, they're big
have
enough.
the resources. They
Yeah.
have the resources to do it, but they are not doing it. And I think they are that way. For example, Eden Zero could get more attention if they would simulcast it, and more people would have the accessibility, because how many people have Netflix?
Exactly.
So many people have Netflix.
I don't have
So-
Netflix. I don't have Netflix.
Go get Netflix, you.
No. Anyway.
Yeah, but I'm definitely going to watch Shaman King and Eden Zero.
Mhm.
Shaman King also for nostalgia. It's just
Yeah.
Yeah.
grew
Yeah.
up with it. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Do you
I
have
know exactly.
do we have any more question, Ike?
Yeah, we actually got
Yeah.
quite a few.
Yeah.
We're actually going back to One Piece with these questions. And one of them from Guy Sensei again. This one is your thoughts about Zoro's origins.
Ooh,
Man,
that's a good question.
so you know what? Starting off, honestly, Zoro's origins. I know they kept hinting it. I know they kept saying it. But he's most definitely not from Wano, right? Because it kind of like insinuated that he's not from Wano. There's no way
No.
he's from Wano.
Mhm.
I know a lot of people wanted him to be from Wano, but
Yeah.
I don't see how he would go from there all the way over there in that sense. I don't. And there would have been something that said it, or they would have mentioned something in Wano. So I think we are going to find out soon now. I think.
See, Ike. That's also the same mystery that I have for Nami as well. That's why I need to know what my girl is. Where like I honestly want, because like the town where Bellamy, Bellamere found Nami when they were a baby. I need to know where that is, because that's something that I need to see. Yeah, because she found and there was a war. She was almost at the brink of death, and she saw this Nojiko and Nami, and I was like, huh, interesting. So maybe Nami wasn't in East Blue originally from. Maybe she was from different blues, or maybe she was from Grand Line. We don't know. what
Mm.
that is. So that's kind of also the same mystery as Zoro and Nami's origin. We know Sanji now, but we just don't know the East Blue Saga portion people.
That's interesting.
I think where the need for Zoro to have like a deeper origin comes from is the fact that Sanji got added onto.
Yeah.
Like, but I feel like Oda doesn't really want to do any more with Zoro. Like, he got his story where, like, with Sanji, there was a clear gap between
Yeah.
what we knew and what happened. With Zoro, it's like, okay, he had Kuina. She unfortunately passed. He has his dream. He has his focus. I feel like he doesn't really need to get a really deeper backstory in comparison to somebody like Nami. In
Yeah.
comparison to, that's really it. It's just Nami. So
Yeah.
everybody else has a deeper backstory. I feel like Zoro's fine. He can have connections to Wano, like his sensei, who clearly does because he taught Zoro Snatch,
Yes.
which he tried to teach to Momo.
Yeah.
So he clearly has some type of connection there. But I feel
Oh,
like
yeah.
Zoro himself doesn't have to be any
Yeah,
relation
because
to Wano.
like if you think about it, like Nami, like we don't know where she originating from, and her, and Bellamy found her, and so to me, like where's she from? Like that's
Yeah.
something that I wanted to know.
How'd you go from Zoro to Nami?
Because
You know I
he
love
is
my
invested in
Nami.
Nami.
Turns everything back to Nami.
He's only thinking about Nami. You see
Always
the
thinking
figurine
about
in the
Nami.
background?
Look at all the Nami figurines in the back.
Yes. And my thoughts on this is Zoro, like he is not directly from Wano. The only conspiracy I still have is that maybe he is a descendant of someone that
Oh.
comes from Wano. And there is still this picture of young Ryoma in my mind.
Yeah.
Actually,
Young
Muninn, there was
Ryoma.
actually there was this before it was One Piece before One Piece was created, Don manga that I forgot what was it the title, but Don's like something.
Oh,
There
Roman's
is a
Dawn.
picture of
You mean
Ryoma.
Roman's Dawn?
Roman's
Mhm.
Dawn, yeah. There is a picture of Ryoma with Zoro's face but black hair.
Oh,
Yeah,
interesting.
the young Ryoma looks like exactly like Zoro with black hair.
Yeah, black hair. That's what I said.
That's why I think this similarity is like I don't know, but actually I'm not sure if we need such a deep dive into
Yeah.
Zoro's
Mhm.
backstory. I mean, it would be kind of cool if Zoro would be like Ryoma's grandson or something like that. That would be awesome, but do we need to know that? Do we need it? I'm
Yeah.
not sure.
Yeah.
All right. Do we have any more question, Ike?
Yeah, we have a lot of questions actually.
Wow. Okay.
So we actually have another one coming up. And it's right here. What is your favorite arc for One Piece by Jonathan Chapman?
Ooh, time to push an agenda.
Ooh, man. You know what? I think I'm gonna start with this one. Honestly, my favorite arc still to now is gonna be Marine Forge. And I think until there is another great and big war, that's not gonna change. Because Marine Forge had so much going on. Absolutely so much going on. And it was just a masterpiece. And that's that for me. I think that's what I will go with right there.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I want to go second. Honestly, mine has to be Saba Odi Archipelago.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was the breaking point where the Straw Hats got defeated, and the part where they met Silver Rayleigh, the part where all Supernova came, and all of the stuff was happening. It was so chaotic. And my favorite part where Luffy punched a celestial dragon that it feels like he punched him through a manga panel. It was amazing.
Yeah.
That was my favorite out of anything, and it made me love Hachin because I didn't like Hachin. He was like a bit thing, but when he poor say I'm sorry, I'm trying to redeem myself to Nami, that thing teared me up to the point, Hachin, okay, you're my favorite. I'm sorry. Like you said sorry for that. You're my favorite. So I can't forget about that One Piece moment. What about you, Muninn? I know what she's gonna say.
Ike and Kiwi know what I'm going to say. I have to go with Dressrosa.
Yeah, I knew you were gonna go there.
Come on. You know me. You know me. My favorite character's Law. We had so amazing backstories. Not only Law's backstory, but also Dofi's backstory, and Xin Yaoping's backstory is amazing.
One more person that you love, Rosanante.
He is part of Law's backstory, though.
But still, he's a good character, though.
Yes, he is a good. I was actually surprised how high he ranked in the international poll. Yeah, I was so surprised, and I was happy that he ranked that high.
Guys, before we continue with the question, I kind of want to add this out, guys. If you want, we are doing a stream of the One Piece poll soon, so we are gonna be talking about that. So we are getting fans for others, other streams. So AM and other One Piece, we are be talking about the One Piece poll, what we think, what place rank the most people think. Honestly, I want to talk about that. So please stay tuned on Wednesdays. That is the time where we talk about our favorite One Piece poll global. So please, if you guys have any question about that, please save it until Wednesday, because we are gonna
put it in the comments below.
Yeah,
or
and
put
also
it in the comments. Yes.
Yeah, put it in the comments if you have any questions. Put it in the comments. We will read that question in the stream. It's gonna be a live reaction. It's a special event, so please hold all your questions about the One Piece poll to that live reaction. So, Ike, do we have any more questions?
Wait.
Yeah, we actually
still have one. And didn't get the chance
I was about to say that.
His favorite arc.
Okay,
A&M has to put his favorite arc.
Little controversial. It's
go.
the big arc that One Piece fans will try to tell you to skip, and that would be Skypiea. Yes.
Oh,
yes.
Skypiea.
Yes.
No. Okay. Okay.
My favorite flashback in the series. Some of my favorite fights in the series. Every single Straw Hat had great comedic moments. They had great fights. Everything about the island, the mystery, the comedy, Skypiea perfectly encapsulates everything that One Piece is.
I can't wait till Eneru is coming back.
Please.
Yes, he's coming. He will be back.
You can't give somebody a lightning fruit and then write them out the story. Please. Bring him back.
And again, for everyone out there, everybody who's telling you to skip Skypiea, the person is lying. Don't skip Skypiea.
Please.
Don't skip it, because you're gonna miss a lot of information about Skypiea that is also connected to Wano. Are you kidding me?
Yep.
It is first of all the one thing that is connected to Sabaody Archipelago. And the time skip, we first get introduced into some stuff like false gods.
Our first introduction to hockey.
That's
with
the connection to Sabaody Archipelago and the time skip.
Yeah.
That's what I meant.
Eneru used it, and the little girl, she had it. So
yeah. Oh man, I forgot about that.
Yep.
Also, the poneglyphs.
Yep. Found out that Roger was up there.
Roger, yes. There's so much information in Skypiea that is like, it is one like information that is still relevant to the story now, and it is mentioned now. Like how many hundreds of chapters later? So don't skip Skypiea.
Please don't.
Yeah, don't.
Yeah, first time don't skip
That-
Skypiea, but your second time, I'm just saying, you know.
No.
Anyway,
I actually did a rewatch of all the One Piece episodes like a while back ago, and I tried to fit it all in 1 month. Almost got there, so you know.
Oh no. That's too
As I said, I am rereading One Piece right now, and I am at the end of I'm in between Water 7 and Thriller Bark.
okay.
nice.
So
So, do you
I
have
still
any more
enjoyed-
questions, Ike?
Yes, we do. We actually have one more question. Sorry, guys, this is the last question, and it's gonna shake it up.
Okay, so before that, if anybody we didn't get your question, please put it on the comments below so that we will address that to the next time of the stream for the next chapter.
Yes, we will. And for this one, we have Guy Sensei. Which anime character could be able to beat Gojo Satoru?
No one.
no one. No one.
Oh man, he's so overpowered.
Yes.
Who could beat him? Let's see. Going through the anime database. My brain.
Goku. I'm just joking.
Get out of here.
I
Get
just
outta
wanted to say, let's bad. The whole Dragon Ball community is going on our throats
Yeah.
and say Goku is going to is able to beat Gojo Satoru, but he's not.
Goku can't even touch him.
What about Saitama?
Yes,
Saitama.
exactly. Goku can't even touch him.
Oh man. Saitama. Let's see, man. Goku. I can't really. It has to be someone who's able
Oh my God, Shanks!
Shanks.
I'm
to
done with
cut
you.
through
Shanks, I'm done with
dimensional type things. It has to be someone that can cut through dimensional type things. And like
that means Yami. That's Yami.
Oh,
That's
that is
true.
Yami. That is Yami.
That is
Who
true.
else can do something like that?
Really?
It has to be like
because if you think about it, the way he utilizes his powers and stuff like that, the only way you can beat his infinity is to cut through the dimension itself.
That's Yami.
That's
Yami.
the only way.
That's
She's yamming it up.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
Hey, I'll talk about Yami, my boy. Trust me, any day. I'll say it, man. I think honestly, Yami might have a chance. But the thing
I know
is,
this is gonna be controversial.
Oh, yeah.
But you know what? I don't care. I will have to go with Asta.
oh,
against Gojo,
Yeah. To
That would
cancel
depend-
it out.
can his anti-sword cut infinity? I guess would be
it's
the question.
technically magic, I guess.
Yeah.
God. Oh man, that is interesting.
Yeah.
Because you know what? He can negate all magic. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You know, I have a question. Now
Uh-huh.
I have a question. Could Shinigami from Bleach kill Gojo Satoru? Because they're cutting
that's a way.
literally cutting the spiritual energy. Well, they have
that's-
this policy that they're not allowed to kill humans, but in case they could kill a human.
That is interesting.
Guy Sensei says Beerus.
That's furious.
Yeah.
What?
Nah, because Goku was
Nah.
keeping up with Beerus just a little bit, and I don't think Goku can compare it all to Gojo.
I would listen. If it's a dimensional, it has to be Yami or Asta. Okay, that's something I'm putting my foot down with that.
Oh, that's interesting. You know what? Now that we have all those characters, gosh, the fact that you said he can be killed by the Death Note, that is absolutely true. Someone can write his name in the Death Note. Just saying. Just
Yes.
saying. Someone could definitely write his name in the Death Note. Hey, that's one way of beating him. Asta, if Asta's anti-magic can penetrate his infinity, then I would go with Asta.
Mhm.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then
There's
I
one
would
more
say
person
Yami.
too.
I
I know
love
it's gonna be
Yami.
controversial. There's gonna be one more person too.
Who?
Sugar.
Get Kenpachi. Get out of here with the Kenpachi.
Kenpachi. Guy Sensei.
I knew I would trigger Kenpachi.
Oh man, Kenpachi. Oh man.
Okay. But no, I'm saying Sugar from One Piece.
Sugar from One Piece? How?
What? She can't touch him.
Wait,
If
he can't touch
she
him.
can touch him, she
You
can
can't.
literally turn him to a toy.
Infinity.
Yeah,
can't
but
touch
that is
Jojo.
not killing him. Him turning him into a toy is not killing him, and
Yeah,
This
but
is gonna happen.
listen, that rendered his power to use it.
That's it.
wait,
Don't touch him.
Blackbeard.
pretty much.
What about Blackbeard?
I don't. I think his infinity will also be able to stop the earthquake and would also be able to stop the shadows. I think.
Yeah.
No, but
definitely
no.
would.
But
No, Blackbeard
is like
absorbs.
a black
Power to
hole.
negate.
His fruit is like a black hole.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah,
also
he has
some
the
kind
power
of
to-
infinity.
That is true.
Hmm.
Yeah, he has the power to negate devil fruit. Remember that.
Oh, we going in
But
deep.
Satoru's power is not a devil fruit.
Oh man.
That's true.
Oh,
So the negation wouldn't happen because it's
that
not
is true.
a devil
That is
fruit.
true. Definitely true.
But his darkness fruit is like a black hole, which is some kind of infinity. So is he able maybe to touch Satoru because of that?
Yeah.
Hmm.
Now, just to add something that Guy Sensei, he said Kenpachi. Well, there's a rule that they can't kill human stuff. Well, I don't think Kenpachi would able to since he can't kill.
What? Why can't he kill a human?
That's why
Wait,
I said
who?
could the Shinigami kill him if they were allowed to
Mhm.
kill humans?
Yeah. So that's why I said
Eh.
it's no way for Kenpachi.
I feel like that's not like it's like a guideline.
Yeah.
No,
I
but
think
still, like
They could
No,
definitely
they-
stab someone with a sword.
No, they are literally not allowed to kill humans. That's the one of the. I mean, it was all a setup, but actually that's the reason why Rukia got sentenced to death, because she used one, like it would be the same sentence.
Uh-huh.
If they kill a human, would be like a major thing for a Shinigami.
What about Mata?
I'm done with you, Pizza. I'm done with you.
What about Mata? I don't think Mata can do anything against him, honestly.
Mado's getting
Yeah.
coasted.
He get yeeted so quick, man. And he wouldn't even know what happened. Like
What
he
happened
can't
at all?
he can't use genjutsu against him. He can't do any of that because he has the chosen eyes. So he can't do anything like that to Gojo. So that would be
Julius the
I have
Wizard
another
King.
question. I have another character. The one
Ooh.
sensei from My Hero Academia with the black hole, who can suck in like the people. The one in the
No.
suit.
no.
No.
Because his infinity would stop that.
Yeah.
That's the thing that sucks. That's why I brought up the whole dimensional thing, because honestly,
Yeah.
the only way to truly stop him is either to negate it or, break past it dimensionally, because it's also his powers itself is it's like it's like creating a skin of like his own dimension. And you
Yeah.
can't
Well,
cross it.
some
no good.
Zapdos said, "What about Julius, the Wizard King?"
Nah.
Nah, hell no.
Nah.
I would like to say he could, but
Mm.
even if he tried to put that sphere on him, he couldn't. He couldn't because of now that I think about
Remember.
that, he could alter the time within it, which means reversing his infinity. Dang. I didn't think about that until now. That is interesting. Because if he's within his bubble, he can reverse the time in his bubble. And so he can take it to a time where the infinity was not there. And so
Julius is considered as an arcade stage, so of course he's powerful,
Uh-huh.
just like
He's a
him.
rip Julius. Yeah, I think he could do that. I think he might actually be the easiest one to beat him. Reverse time around him and the whole mass of his area. So that would Yeah, actually, Julius would be him.
Okay,
crazy.
so I think we should wrap this up since
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna get sidetracked. So that's wrapped us as be sure to watch our live podcast again. If you like to be part of the experience, please leave a comment down and use them to the next podcast. We'll give you a shout out. We're going to live at 3 p.m. CST and 9 p.m. CST. Monday is Black Clover, Friday is One Piece. Thank you for watching. If you want to see more of the content, follow us on Instagram, Twitter, like and subscribe, that notification button, and comment below what you like about us. One big thanks for us in Otaku International. Say bye, guys.
Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
And follow him.
Yeah, follow him. You guys have to
Here.
follow him.
I
There
will
we go.
put his link in the chat so you
And,
can
in
go
the
to his YouTube
description.
channel and subscribe to him. He's doing awesome content also about One Piece and other anime. Go check him out.
Thank you guys.
Yes.
And thank you for being here today.
Yes.
It was an awesome experience.
All right.
All right, see you
Bye.
later.
Bye.